that's the virus of the mind, first of all, is fear. And fear diminishes your perspective, blocks your perception, inhibits wisdom, guidance, and direction. So the world has taken a nightmare pill where they're living in the vibration of a worst case scenario and all the things that come with that. From the higher perspective, we're in a deep cleansing, which means that we're in a great clearing right now. You can see when you look out on the world events, things that would have taken years for us to discover, we now find out the next day. Like politicians would tell a lie. You wouldn't know that for 5 years. They got away with it. Today, you can see them lying right in front of you. You know they're telling a lie. So things are much more transparent. So right now we're in a situation where you're looking at the death of an old paradigm and the birth of the new. But the old paradigm is very loud and trying to hold on. And the new, you have little buds of the new springing up, but they're not as loud as the old. And so I always like to say that those who are waking up and are embracing a higher order of being, love, compassion, generosity, service, there's no superiority or inferiority around humanity. We're all sourced from the same source. People who are awakened to that, I like to say that we are the reporters of the new paradigm that's yet to be. And the other individuals are reporters of the status quo and that which is dying. So when you turn on the news and you look at the reporters telling you something, they're actually reporting from a status quo and old paradigm. And it inundates people's minds. People actually believe what they're looking at, even though they forget that we live in one of the most censored countries in the world. And you're only going to get what powers that be want you to see. So when you ask what's going on, there's a lot of flux, a lot of turbulence. Everything is up, racism, white superiority, hate, all of that, so we have to thank 45 for allowing that to be more transparent. He accidentally opened up the curtain to see what we've been fomenting for years. We know about racism. We know about the hatred of the color of our skin. We know about it. But he's opened up the window so everybody is seeing it and saying, wow, this is still going on, this is real. So what looks bad, and it is terrible, death, mayhem, police brutality, politicizing of a COVID-19, making a political football rather than dealing with some serious science behind it. It's all a part of an old paradigm trying to hold on. And the first thing that has to happen is individuals have to know how to handle fear. They have to know how to navigate with that. They have to know how to not allow it to run them. Sometimes what I ask people to do is to take out a newspaper, read it from front to back, put it away, and then pick it up 6 months later and read it. And you'll see all the things that was the top headlines, and everybody was concerned about this, and it's generally faded and something else is taking its place. And what is taking its place is another fear-based way of looking at life. So we have to understand that these things do pass. Now, the way that you're describing this is there's the universal perspective, millions of galaxies, multidimensional universes, the cosmos always expanding, the eternal presence that we're living in. That's timeless. And then there's time. And so our role is to bring the timeless into time, meaning creativity, innovativeness, resourcefulness, poetry, generosity. Those are timeless. It means you've gone to a space outside of time and you've brought something into time. That's what a soulful artist does. They bring something into time. So most people lose their perspective and they live primarily from fight or flight. They're trying to save their life. They're into the survival frequency. They lose their perspective of the cosmos, of their connection to the timeless. So this is what spiritual practice is all about. It's not about magical thinking or wishing that something wasn't happening or burying your head in the ground and pretending that a bad thing did not happen. It is about understanding that in this universal perspective, there aren't any problems. There are only ideas and solutions and spiritual prototypes, and we have to go there and get them and bring them here. This is a solution for everything. There cannot be a problem and not be a solution. That's an impossibility, but you don't get to the solution from fear or being time blinded. The solution comes from your expanded awareness.